let's go for Inscription here. I could just pull some of these other ones out and get rid of them. Okay, so where's our Inscription trainer? 6 hours of archaeology. Right. First, when you first go into Zandalar, level 1, when you get your Zandalar Inscription, you get 4 things. You get 3 inks. What are you doing? You're so strange. Please ignore the child. Distilled water, which is bought from the vendor. Remember the cooking vendor we ran to? They sold distilled water. You do like 1 hour over the weekend, over the 2 weeks, and you're done. So yeah, you can pick up your distilled water at the vendor. Ultramarine pigment, commonly found when milling herbs native to Zandalar. Okay, so any herb will give you that, apparently. Arcadia powder is again, both of those are vendor materials. So remember, if you are an inscriber and you're going to run up to Crafter's Terrace, remember to hit up a trade goods vendor on your way and stock up on distilled water and Arcadia powder. I keep saying power. Anyway, Viridescent pigment, again, just says all herbs. So I don't know if one's particularly better from one herb, but we'll keep Inscription and we'll try some milling tomorrow as well, and we'll see how that goes. And again, this one's crimson pigment. So basically your 3 different pigments help you make your 3 different inks. The one craft that you get is the Tome of the Quiet Mind, which I assume has been upgraded. So we've got Tome of the Quiet Mind is the one craft that you get. Quiets the mind, allowing you to adjust your talents. So it's essentially the same thing that it's always been, can be bought and sold on the auction house. So this is what you want to be making straight off the bat with your inscriber. Light parchment as usual, so you can stock up on the light parchment now to save yourself buying that if you want. And you need the ultramarine ink and you need the crimson ink. There is a lot of ink required to make these, friends. Welcome, welcome, Holy Acorn. 15 blue ink and 8 red ink to make these. That is a lot of ink. I don't know how much, it doesn't say that this, produces multiple vials of ink either, so I don't know, that seems to me like that's a lot of ink, friends. Just keep an eye on that. Okay, so let's see, basically straight off the bat you get your 3 inks and you get your Tome of the Quiet Mind, but that takes a lot of ink to make, friends, so good luck with that. At level 25, Mother's Law being laid out. Okay, so Scroll of Unlocking at 25. Light parchment and ultra 5 ink for this scroll, so maybe it's just that they want the Tome of the Quiet Mind to be more difficult. You know the way in I'm back with a twin pack of Jaffa cakes. I told Alex off shopping. Do you know the way they give you 5 like on every alt straight out of the gate with Legion? I think maybe they're trying to make the Tome of the Quiet Mind a bit more sort of like add a bit more value to it by making it a bit harder to get, maybe. That's why it costs so much ink, because this scroll only takes 5 ink. Allows opening of locks that require... So basically, do you remember our blacksmith could make the skeleton key? Now it seems that enchanters can also make like a skeleton key, like a scroll that will do the same thing. So they basically can get in on that market as well, which is pretty useful. Again, it's a functional little thing that you're probably going to be able to sell. War Scroll of Battle Shout. Create a War Scroll of Battle Shout, which increases the target's attack power by 7 for 30 minutes. If the target is in your party or raid, all party and raid members will be affected. So basically that's like a buff. So they've put buffs. How's tailoring looking in beta? It's looking pretty good, Holy Acorn. We did tailoring on Tuesday, but I've just downloaded the VOD this morning. I'm going to cut it up and I'm going to put the videos up on YouTube. So I will link that to you guys over the next few days. As soon as I'm hoping to get it done today, so I'll get those up over the next few days, so you can take a look at tailoring in detail then to save me going back through it all now when I've got today's to do. But if you don't want to wait, then you can check the VOD up above. But yeah, so War Scrolls of Battle Shout, those looks like it's a buff basically that you can bring to your party or raid, and it doesn't say that it stacks with anything, so maybe that just that acts independently. That would be a little thready. That would be quite useful, I think, to sell, especially as people start hitting endgame, because as soon as they start hitting endgame content, they're going to want to get as many buffs as they can to hit that content to get the gear, you know, before everybody gets geared up. So that is going to be a good one to make, guys, and it only takes 8 crimson ink as well. So yeah, I really think the Quiet Mind takes so much ink because they want that to be pricier and harder to get. One pack of Jaffa Cakes, go and stop me. There's no stopping you with Jaffa Cakes. There's no stopping anyone with Jaffa Cakes. War Scroll of Fortitude. This is another buff one, which buffs stamina, and one that buffs intellect. So basically you get 3 different buffs. Crimson ink, they all take crimson ink. So basically all 3 of your buff scrolls take crimson ink. Right, then at 50, you get Mass Milling. So you get Mass Milling Akunda's Bite, Mass Milling Anchorweed, Mass Milling Riverbud, Mass Milling Sea Stalk, and Mass Milling Siren's Pond. So basically at level 50, which is fairly low, you get to mass mill all of your herbs, which is really, really good, I think. Fuse, welcome. Oh, I love your little doggy emote. He's so good. Shall we get 5 each? You're gonna put the other back in the cupboard until tomorrow. God, I'm editing a scene with around 30 soldiers fully animated. Oh man, that sounds horrendous, Holy Acorn. But yeah, so at level 50 you get your milling, your mass milling things right off the bat, which is going to be really, really good for crafting, because I know in Legion you didn't get the mass milling until like way at the end, and you had to earn it by like doing a whole load of herbalism and stuff, which, you know, considering my I like it. It's going to be so much better. So mass milling star moss, that's the one that grows on the walls. I love it. Mass milling Winter's Kiss. There seems to be like a lot of herbs in this, which I kind of love. I kind of love that there's like this big selection of herbs. Okay, so what do you get at level? Oh, at level 50 you get all your mass milling. You get a Crimson Inkwell, which is your champion's equipment, which will allow your champions to bring back inks. So basically you can have them go out and bring back ink for you on your mission table. Again, every expansion that we've looked at, every profession that we've looked at can create some kind of champion's equipment that will bring them back materials. The only one that stands out so far is that engineering doesn't bring back ore, and it doesn't bring back engineering parts or anything like that. It brings back fish, which makes me think that these are sellable, and that your engineer could maybe buy the one that your blacksmith will make to bring back ore, you know? Make sure to see the mission table in BFA 2, because it was a big gold. Yeah, I'll run up. We were up at the mission table, but I will run up again when we're finished here. So yeah, your Crimson Inkwell is going to be your champion's equipment that you're going to want to get on your yeah, exactly, right? Your tailor can make their champions bring back cloth. Your jewel crafter can make them bring back gems. Your enchanter can make them bring back dusts. Your engineer can make them bring back fish. We did. It was on Tuesday, Shavik. You don't use fish for engineering at all. That's why we were surprised. But listen, it makes me think, because there says it makes me think that you'll be able to sell these on the auction house, and you'll be able to like buy the ones that you can pick up, the ones that are going to be actually useful to you. Okay, contract Taljani's expedition. These are the contracts that everybody's talking about. Inscription. Okay, right. So basically, this is going to cost 18 ultramarine ink and 10 crimson ink. So this is going to be as difficult to make pretty much as the Tome of Quiet Mind, which is not. It's not excessively difficult. It's just harder than your usual things. I don't know if I went enter a contract with Taljani's expedition that allows you to gain reputation with them every time you complete a world quest on Kultras or Zandalar. So basically they're going to be useful for people grinding out those reps early in the game. So those could be useful as well. Those, you might want to look into those, and you can make one of those for all of the rep factions at 75 inscription skill. So there's one for the Vuldani, one for the Zandalari Empire, and then you can make a Codex of the Quiet Mind instead of a Tome of the Quiet Mind. The Codex allows your whole party or raid to do that, and it requires 60 crimson ink and 30 viridescent ink, so it's going to be pricey, I think. Do keep in mind that these are rank ones. Yeah, these are the rank ones, exactly. Okay, contract of Champions of Azeroth. Again, Champions of Azeroth, you gain reputation with them. Tertullian Seekers, so more reputation things. This is your upgraded, adds to 50 as well. You get your upgraded Tome of the Quiet Mind, which will which takes the material cost down. Ultramarine ink goes down from 15 to 12. Crimson ink goes down from 8 to 6. So basically it's slightly cheaper to make that at rank 2. Darkmoon Card of War. At Inscription level 85, you can make your Darkmoon Card of War, which requires 12 viridescent ink and 1 expulsium, which seems fair enough. That's not too excessive. Okay, at 85 as well, you can make an offhand. So basically, we've also discovered that every profession in BFA can make a certain type of weapon, like enchanting made wands, geocrafting made. What did geocrafting make? Staffs. Blacksmith obviously makes a lot of weapons. Engineering made guns and maces, and it seems that Inscription makes offhands. So there's your offhands, 1 PvE, 1 PvP, and then we go into the rank ups. So we get a rank up of your codex, a rank up of your card, and a rank up of your held and your offhand thing. Those are at level 100. But it seems to me that at 110, that's it. That's all you get for Inscription. So there's not a lot of actual crafts for Inscription, but they do seem to be quite useful. Okay, so that was Inscription, friends. I'm going to keep Inscription though, because I would kind of like us to look at milling when we get to look at herbs. So we're going to keep that one. Where's my spell book?